Falcons fans, today we're breaking down the Falcons' last shot at making the playoffs. They're gearing up for a huge Week 18 game against the Carolina Panthers. This is a must-win, so stick around. You won't want to miss this. Don't forget to hit the like button to stay updated. Rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. knows how high the stakes are. He understands that the Falcons' playoff dreams aren't just up to him. Last week's heartbreaking overtime loss to Washington made things tougher, but here's the deal. Atlanta needs to beat the Panthers. The Saints need to beat the Buccaneers. If Tampa Bay wins, the division title is theirs, and the Falcons' playoff drought, which started back in 2017, continues. Penix is staying focused, reminding everyone that Carolina's tough loss to Tampa Bay last week doesn't make this matchup any easier. As he said, it's the NFL. You can't take any team lightly. We need the right mindset to win. The Falcons did beat Carolina earlier this season, thanks to Bijan Robinson's 2 rushing touchdowns in a 38-20 victory. But things are different now. Carolina's rookie quarterback Bryce Young is looking better since reclaiming his starting spot. With a solid completion rate and a couple of impressive touchdown performances, he's someone Atlanta can't overlook. Let's talk about Carolina's fight. The Panthers may be out of playoff contention, but they're not giving up. Head coach Dave Canales praised his team's determination, saying their pride and resilience stand out, even during a tough season with a 5-game losing streak. That kind of grit makes them a dangerous opponent, even without anything to gain in the standings. Michael Penix Jr.'s journey. Since stepping in for Kirk Cousins, rookie QB Michael Penix Jr. has shown flashes of brilliance, especially under pressure. Remember his clutch 4th-down completions last week? That kind of poise hasn't gone unnoticed. Coach Raheem Morris said Penix's calmness gives him confidence in the young quarterback, but Penix knows he needs to step up. In 2 games, he's thrown just 1 touchdown with 2 interceptions. For Atlanta to win this must-win game, Penix will have to deliver a stronger performance. Key to the game: pressure on Bryce Young. Carolina's offensive line struggled big time against Tampa Bay's aggressive pass rush last week. Rookie quarterback Bryce Young was pressured on nearly 70% of his dropbacks and took 5 sacks. That's a major weakness Atlanta can exploit. The Falcons' defense has been on fire lately, with at least 3 sacks in each of their last 5 games, including 5 against Washington. Expect them to keep the pressure on Young. Injury woes for Carolina. The Panthers are hurting in the backfield. Their top running back, Chuba Hubbard, is on injured reserve, leaving them short-handed in a critical area. Carolina's run game, a glimmer of hope? Last week, Raheem Blackshear struggled to get anything going on the ground. However, veteran Miles Sanders might return from injured reserve, which could give Carolina's running game a small boost. Eyes on the Saints versus Buccaneers game. Coach Raheem Morris admitted the Falcons will be keeping tabs on the Tampa Bay versus New Orleans game since both games are happening at the same time. But his message to the team is clear. We can't afford distractions. At the end of the day, you've got to focus on your game and handle your business. Falcons fans, it's do or die time. Here's the deal. A win keeps the Falcons' playoff hopes alive. A loss sends them back to the drawing board. What do you think? Can Michael Penix Jr. lead the Falcons to a clutch victory? Can the Saints pull off an upset against Tampa Bay? Let us know in the comments below. Matthew Judon's rough start in Atlanta. When the Falcons traded for 4-time Pro Bowler Matthew Judon from the Patriots, expectations were sky high. With 32 sacks in his last 39 games, he was seen as a game changer, but his start in Atlanta has been, well, underwhelming. Through the first 10 games of the season, he hasn't delivered as expected. Matthew Judon's comeback story. Early in the season, Matthew Judon had fans questioning if the Falcons made the right trade. Through the first 8 weeks, he managed only 1.5 sacks with 0 tackles for loss or quarterback hits, a far cry from his Pro Bowl reputation. But over the last 6 weeks, Judon has completely turned things around. Here's what he's accomplished: 4 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 6 QB hits, a stunning 27-yard pick 6. That's how you make a statement. Judon's resurgence has been a key part of Atlanta's defensive revival. The Falcons lead the league with 21 sacks in the last 5 weeks, and Judon's impact has been front and center. What changed for Judon? According to Judon, it's all about finishing plays. He feels more involved in the defensive scheme and has been given better opportunities to shine. But he doesn't credit the improvement to feeling more comfortable. He's felt great since day one. Instead, it's about adjusting and executing the game plan better. Judon also gave credit to outside linebackers coach Jackie Smith and senior defensive assistant Dave Huxtell for keeping him ready. His season-high 51 snaps in the recent overtime loss to Washington showed his toughness and growing influence on the field. The Falcons' defensive turnaround defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake deserves a big shout-out too. Since the bye week, Lake has transformed Atlanta's defense into a top 10 unit in key areas like sacks, run defense, and yards allowed per game. Judon has become the face of this defensive resurgence, and head coach Raheem Morris didn't hold back in praising Judon's recent performances, saying, "Judon's best game." Yet head coach Raheem Morris didn't hold back in his praise for Matthew Judon's performance against Washington, calling it his best showing all year. Beyond the impressive stats, Morris highlighted Judon's contributions in both the pass rush and run defense, showcasing how versatile his game has become. A team effort on defense. Judon isn't the only one making waves. The entire Falcons defense has been firing on all cylinders. Arnold Ebiketie leads the league with 5 sacks since Week 13. Caden Ellis has added 4 sacks to the mix. Rookie J.D. Bertrand recorded his first career sack against Washington. This defensive front has truly found its rhythm, with Judon's resurgence playing a central role. Interestingly, the Falcons haven't made major changes to Judon's role. Instead, their success stems from smart coaching, identifying weaknesses in opposing protection schemes and exploiting them. Synergy and energy. The chemistry between the Falcons' pass rushers has been exceptional, making it easier for everyone to make plays. Off the field, Judon's energy has been contagious. Whether joking around during Jesse Bates III's press conference after a dominant win over the Giants or mentoring younger players like Ebiketie, Judon has embraced his leadership role. What's next for Judon in Atlanta? Judon's contract runs through the 2024 season, but questions about an extension remain unanswered. Defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake deferred those discussions to head coach Raheem Morris and GM Terry Fontenot, emphasizing his focus on finishing this season strong. For now, the Falcons remain in the playoff hunt, and Judon's contributions, on and off the field, are pivotal to their success. The Falcons' slim playoff hopes. The path to the playoffs is narrow for Atlanta. To stay in the hunt, they must beat the Panthers on Sunday and hope the Saints upset the Buccaneers. The odds? A slim 13.3% chance, according to projections. But as long as there's hope, the Falcons are fighting. Matthew Judon remains grounded despite his recent surge. He shared mixed feelings about the season, wishing the team had achieved more. Still, his performances have made one thing clear. He's proven his value to Atlanta's defense. Falcons fans, what's your take? Has Judon earned his spot as a long-term piece of this defense? Should the Falcons prioritize extending his contract? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Injury updates. The good and the bad. There's a mix of news on the injury front. Good news. Drake London, recovering from a knee issue, returned to full practice on Friday and is ready to go. This is a big boost for Atlanta's receiving core. Bad news. Darnell Mooney, another key receiver, is dealing with a shoulder injury. He was limited in practice Thursday and didn't participate Friday. He's officially questionable for Sunday, which raises concerns for the offense. More concerns. Rookie linebacker J.D. Bertrand is nursing an eye injury and is also questionable for Sunday. Defensive lineman Brandon Dorrells is dealing with an abdominal issue and may not suit up either. These potential absences could impact both sides of the ball in this must-win game against Carolina. With the stakes so high, the Falcons need everyone at their best. What do you think, Falcons Nation? Will Darnell Mooney's absence hurt the team's chances this weekend? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on all things Falcons. Let's go, Falcons.